handsome guy. But loving someone and being loved means so much to me. I always make fun of it and stuff. But isn't everything we're doing in life a way to be loved a little more?
I remember just like yesterday, figuring out what to watch and, avoiding the hobbies and the passions I love the most. That's what I would assume, at least at the time. I was always hard on myself because I was so quick to figuring out what I'm doing wrong and not existing and experiencing everything I have so much curiosity for. I then picked up my journal and looked at all the pages. I saw the patterns of not allowing myself to say yes to things. And the most simple ones too. Like watching a movie or a show that you can relax to in these moments of feeling confused about every situation. Some people are looking for an answer and have that one thing that keeps them going. Others are struggling to ask the questions. Or maybe there's just too many questions we have, and our first thought is, why do we have to choose? Why can't I just do everything? Rip pages. Honestly, I'm not surprised. I already know that older version of myself would constantly do this, and, if I let things sit around for too long. I'm here right now in Vienna. This is a city where the movie Before Sunrise was shot. And this is the movie that made me fall in love with the dialogue and the conversations that I crave for. And it actually just blows my mind that I'm here. This is my first time in Europe, first time outside of the country. Turns out to be a place where I begin to think about love. Meeting someone in my mid-20s, I don't crave it or obsess over it. It's just something that I wonder about. I find myself being wrapped in my own solitude for a long time. So from everything I see online, it just makes you wonder how quickly things can change in one day. Because to love is to also change, in ways you never expected. And I think we learn more about ourselves the more we love. And that change might be extremely unexpected, but I have a feeling it's all worth it when it comes. I haven't journaled as much as before, but, it's still something I do every month. I write one journal directly towards my future self, and I used to just rush into everything. I wanted to make sure I was ahead, and I kept looking for ways to curate myself constantly. Because if I stay too comfortable, then maybe it's just impossible to change.
Because we were young and stupid.
You think we still are?
I guess when you're young, just believe there'll be many people with whom you connect with. Later in life, you realize it only happens a few times.
Yeah, you can screw it up.
I don't think I'll ever get tired of the fall season. I think enjoying the simplicity of just watching the same comfort show every year, it always happens during this time, and I feel like these are the moments I don't question myself as much. It allowed me to explore my creative side, to not judge every idea I have. Because when I started to give myself a chance to let everything in, that's when everything came true. I stopped having two conversations with myself all the time. The first one would be excited about this plan, this vision I have, and the second one was always trying to figure a way out of it. To be safe is to never know the what ifs. Traveling this far for the first time in my life, it just made me realize how important my environment is. Sometimes you just need time away, even if it's a walk around your neighborhood or a nearby city, or even out the country. The repetition of being in the same place sometimes overwhelmed me when I was younger. In these moments, you say you feel things that are not always too true to begin with, and because the moment you leave, everything will feel so much different, and you won't recognize this part of your life. So before the leaves change, let go of the obsessions. Everything you're attracting right now is not what you need to obsess over. You just need to give it the energy it deserves. I've always gotten overwhelmed with a lot of ideas, and it's crazy because many would hope to have a list of things to do, and I guess the hardest thing for me is to choose, because there's one thing on this list that I'm afraid of, and something that's just really unfamiliar. It's very personal to me, and it's a risk of stepping outside of the normal. But it made me realize I care. I put every intention into this art of sharing, and for me this isn't just writing for the sake of having a presence. It's about releasing these feelings and being able to look back and have a complete different state of mind. So when I wake up early before sunrise, or I explore something outside of my writings, I shouldn't run away. For once, I should just give myself a chance and just stay.